This beautiful little radio is the Hoffman Nugget. The dial is reverse painted, something more commonly seen on Japanese transistor radios. But this radio was made by the Hoffman Radio Corporation in Los Angeles, or maybe Kansas City. They have both marked on there for some reason. Now, while this radio looks like a 1950s coat pocket style transistor radio, it is in fact something else and a little bit older. These glass things here are vacuum tubes, specifically Subminiature type vacuum tubes. This style of tube was developed during World War II for use in proximity fuses. And after the war ended, these tubes were used in hearing aids and then portable radios. This radio has 4 of them. One of them's in a shield, and one of them has a metallized coating over it. But you can see the insides of these two. There's the tuning capacitor. This is the 45 volt B battery. This particular 45 volt battery is dead, but it hasn't leaked and it's still in good shape. You can see that the form factor is basically an elongated 9 volt cell, and it even uses the same connectors on the end. You can still get these, but they're quite expensive. They weren't cheap when they were new either, but they've gotten a lot more expensive since they're now a specialty item. I don't have a good one because I just don't use these radios often enough. But I have a bunch of 9 volt batteries, and 9 times 5 is 45, so that works out pretty well. This is the A battery. It's just a C cell. The C cell will only last for a few hours because the tube filaments are pretty power hungry. The B battery will last a little bit longer, but you will have to change it every couple changes of the A battery. These radios were fairly expensive to run as a result, and that's one of the reasons why transistor radios took over. From what I could find online, this radio was supposedly made in 1954, but people were unsure about that. You can see this tuning capacitor here is marked 273, which might be the 27th week of 1953, I'm not sure. I don't know what dating scheme the Radio Condenser Corporation used. There's also a pair of numbers on the Hoffman branded speaker here. It says 518 and then 419. I don't know which, if any of those, is a date code. There's also what may be a part number there, 9115-2. Tubes have some numbers on them, but there's no real discernible date code. So if someone here knows how to translate any of these numbers into a date code, leave a comment, please. Up here is the antenna bar. It's a compact ferrite antenna. Everything about this radio is compact, really. Pretty impressive for the time it was made. All these components would have been pretty new then. The radios that came before this were quite a bit larger, generally. This radio has one electrolytic capacitor hidden under this tube here. I replaced that already. I tucked it pretty far in there, so it's hard to see that it's been changed. I like my radios looking original. This is an earphone jack over here, although not of a style we would be familiar with now, and I don't have the original earphone. The positive terminal for the A cell was missing, so I had to make one out of some wire and solder, but it does the job. This is the original B battery connector. You can see it has civil defense marks on the dial, and it's the Hoffman logo there, which is also on the back. Alright, time to fire this thing up, because I'm sure you'd like to hear how well it works. So I'll put the A battery in there, hook up my 9-volt battery stack, make sure I get the right polarity so I don't ruin my capacitor or the radio. Alright, here we go. Starts right up. The Subminiature tubes this radio uses have directly heated cathodes. The filament is the cathode, so they warm up basically instantly. Pretty nice feature. Sounds pretty good to me. I can't play too much of that song though. YouTube's pretty aggressive with the copyright strikes these days. I'm recording this during the daytime, so there's not going to be that many stations, but you should have to take my word for it that it picks up a pretty good number of them at night.
Newsletter. Fleet owners' newsletters are crafted by experts and award-winning editors with you, and we're dedicated to bringing you the right news and information at the right time. Combine those newsletters with our print publication, and you have a combination that cannot be beat.
The Subminiature tubes that this radio uses really do not have much power handling capacity, so the radio volume does not go up all that high.
Focuses on nutrition, exercise, stress management, and more. This program focuses on ways drivers can prevent diabetes. And
as you can hear, it starts distorting when you crank the volume up past maybe medium.
Located under the health and again,
and that's what you want. And on a close like Pinehurst #2, it was great theater. It didn't carry over anywhere. There was.
Was it the PGA Championship where the best golfer in the world got arrested?
Oh yeah, that was this year.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it was in May, but you know,
so that's the unofficial start of summer.
That counts.
So I've got a couple stations. That's typical for the daytime. The speaker's got a little corrosion from past leaky batteries, and that's surely what also destroyed the positive contact. And this is just a piece of paper back here. I didn't bother trying to replace it. All in all, a pretty cool little set. These came in a few colors. I don't remember all the colors they came in, but besides this nice burgundy color, they also came in white, and I believe black as well. Well, thanks for watching.